Hey everybody, so this is going to be versus a pure Yuri on Dune Patrol. And this is a hard map to go against Yuri.
New construction options. Unit ready.
How about some action? Got
Building.
it. Moving out.
Construction
Ready. On
complete.
my way. Moving out. On the move.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy
Ready.
here.
Double time.
Building. New construction
time.
options.
Okay, so I'm going to scout the map. And when I'm done with the dogs,
Moving out.
I want to attack the slaves. When I'm done scouting everything. But scouting is more important than killing the slaves. So
Construction complete.
On my way.
New construction options. Building.
I accidentally meant to click a grizzly tank to attack the gap, because whenever you do a push with GIs like that, like 1 GI, 2 GIs, 4 GIs, whatever, like a small amount, you're gonna see a Gatling come first,
Unit ready.
and you're also gonna see a Gatling come first to harass the power plant or maybe even the war factory.
Construction complete.
And grizzly tank actually kills them pretty quick. It knocks them away pretty quick.
Structure sold.
Yes, sir. On our way, sir. Unit reporting. Securing position.
Insufficient funds.
Good to go.
So he's starting to make lasher tanks.
Unit ready.
Unit reporting. On our way.
When I'm Yuri, sometimes I make 2 lasher tanks and then gats and mags.
Unit lost.
Sometimes, I mean, it depends. If you versus Yuri or Soviet. If you versus a Soviet, you might want more lashers because you got to keep up with the Rhino tanks.
Outstanding.
And on my build order, switched it up a little bit. I put the MCV right there.
Building. New construction.
I didn't really lose a lot of time, but what happened is I could pop a pillbox if he attacks that ore patch, and that's a weak ore patch. So I realized, I have 4 tanks versus 4 tanks. My grizzly tank's actually better than his. The grizzly tanks are stronger than his 4 tanks right there. So I took the fight, and the Magnetron came up, but the Magnetron, if the Magnetron gets close to the grizzly tanks are gonna kill him. So 4 versus 1, who do you think's gonna win this? Slowing me down a little bit. But that brute was smart actually by him.
Unit lost.
Unit reporting. Yes, sir. Commencing assault. Yes, sir. On our way.
Okay, I'm getting way ahead of him. How many miners does he have? Does he have 3? He has 4. 4 minor tech. Okay, that's good.
Unit lost. Building.
I noticed that Yuri could make a battle lab with just 1 power plant, and like the allies, that's an advantage to have a cheaper electric because of the bioreactor, and that's the reason why you seen him get the battle lab up. So here comes the brute chasing me away. The brute is actually, if you get ahead with grizzly tanks, the brute actually really delays. It's a good defense. It's not a supremely good defense, but I mean,
Building.
with grizzly tanks that are, it's basically a tank destroyer. I mean, if Germany had brutes, I mean, they're better than German tank destroyers. These brutes, honestly.
Want some shade? Unit reporting. Good day, Commander. There it is.
Unit ready.
Okay, so I got up ahead of him, and then what's happening right now? He's got a Yuri clone, Magnetrons, 3 bunkers. Look at how he has 3 bunkers, so it makes like a triangle around his base, so it covers the whole circumference of his base. So if I attack top, bottom, middle, he's got a Gatling bunker there. Even though I'm ahead of him because I really won that fight. Oh, and I caught him sleeping.
Unit lost.
That time he caught me sleeping. So he caught me sleeping and he magnetroned me and he got a grizzly tank. I'm like, oh crap, but I think I'm still ahead of him.
Building. Unit ready.
And I got a bit of Mirage and Prisms. And I might have tried to sneak up on that battle lab right there because the lasher tank won't be able to kill him.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Unit reporting.
The slave miner got him. So there you go. I was trying to, but it didn't work.
Yes, sir. Good to go.
So now I gotta decide when I want to make an attack. You gotta think that I need some prism tanks to make an attack or a battle fortress. Because I gotta bust his bunkers. Because it's gonna be hard to
Unit ready.
And what I don't want to do is I don't want to attack him, lose half my units, and then have the Yuri be catch up to me or either get ahead of me. I don't want to make a mistake by running into a bunker and have the Magnetron start slamming all my shit around. Because the Gatling bunkers actually kill Mirage tanks pretty quickly.
Building. Construction complete.
So I decided I'm going to go for IFVs instead of a Battle Fortress because if you lose in one Battle Fortress, you know you're not going to have any air defense and you could lose the game.
Readjusting stabilizers. Outstanding.
Construction complete.
So I'm looking for a place to attack, and I'm looking at the top. The top looks like the place where I want to attack. And if shit doesn't work, I'm just going to move away because I do not want to lose my big army. I have a big army for the amount of time I am into this game. Those are minor. Might as well attack it.
Unit ready.
And another thing, I want to mention about Guardian GIIVs. I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but they actually have 10 range. So they could actually, so if you have the Guardian GIIVs in the back of your unit composition, they can actually fire over your other units and still hit the disc because the range is, they got a range bonus.
Building. Select target. Unit ready.
And it might be lagging for, I think it might have been lagging at some point in the game. I think I just paused the video for, I think 1 minute, I'm not sure right there. But anyway, he has more bunkers now. Now he's really starting to camp. And what he's going to do, I've seen Yuris do this before. Only pro Yuris do this very well. Or like very good Yuris.
Insufficient funds.
They camp up and they just keep genetic mutating over and over and over and over with the slaves. See, now I gotta pull up. You know what this reminds me of? In Toy Kondo, when you kick, you do a front kick, you had to pull your leg back so you don't grab your leg and you know, beat the crap out of you. Same thing with this prism tanks right there. I gotta pull the prism tanks back before the Magnetron grabs me, just like grabbing my front leg in Toy Kondo. I don't know why I was thinking that, because like I took it when I was a kid, and then when they always said pull back your legs, so nobody grabs your leg. Because you're going to lose the fight if you do that. And then I was thinking, I got to hit with the prism tank. And then pull back before he grabs me. And if he grabs a prism tank, they actually build kind of slow compared to the other units. They build a little slower because they're $1,200. But it seems like, you know, they build a little bit slower than what they should. I don't know. But they're really good though. I mean, it's hard to get like 10 prism tanks. I mean, it takes a while to build that many. So,
Unit ready.
Transformer panels in order. IFT transformer panels in order. Need a conversion? On the mark, sir.
Athena cannons online. Athena cannons are the prism tanks in Red Alert 3, by the way. And there's actually just one robot in Command & Conquer 3 that shoots a red laser. I forget the name of it. I think it's called Avatar. And it kind of reminds me of prism tanks, but the only thing is they're tanky. They're not like super light armored things. A prism tank does remind me a little bit about Avatar, even though it's, you know, one's tanky, one's not tanky.
Watch my dust.
Unit lost. Training.
And I do not play Command & Conquer 3 because... Oh, he did. He blew a lot of shit. Yeah, I don't play Command & Conquer 3 because... I don't think a lot of people would even want to watch me play. I'm not really as good as I am in this game. I just didn't play the game a super lot. But I found Command & Conquer Online.net for that game. You could play Red Alert 3, Kane's Wrath, Command & Conquer 3, and maybe 1 or 2 other ones. Command & Conquer Online.net is one, and then CNC Online is one for this, and then CNC Online.net is another one. And I want to use the Chronosphere up. You know, I only got 2 units, and I could just wait because I was waiting for the Chronosphere. If you're waiting around with the Chronosphere, a long time, what you do is just use the chronosphere, even if it's on 1 or 2 units, or 3 units, and then just wait for the next chronosphere.
Construction complete.
Because you're never going to make up your mind if you don't make up your mind.
Warning. Genetic
Okay, so now it's getting hectic. And right when I seen those brutes right there, I'm thinking I'm going to lose this damn game. Because, like, I am ahead in army value.
construction options. Building.
Being ahead in army value don't mean shit when he's going to keep building up over and over and over.
Unit ready. Building.
But the only problem he has, and I kind of realized that I always got to look for a weakness. Even if you don't see any weakness, you always get to try to figure something out. So it looks like he's gonna indefinitely grind. He's got the genetic mutator, psychic dominate. You know, Yuri's weapons, his super weapons are actually a little bit stronger than Allied super weapons overall. Even though the weather control device is pretty good, just a dominator and a mutator combination, I think is better. But Ally has the best technology. Best technology units.
Construction complete.
Oh, I got a lot of air defense right there. And I put the Patriot missiles in the front just to basically solidify my base defense. So yeah, he's not going to attack in the front. So the weakness I found is that he spent a lot of money on bunkers. So if he spent a lot of money on bunkers, it's going to be hard for him to generate a high enough army value. If he wants to attack me, he has to take all his tanks out of the bunker and attack me. But at the same time, those bunkers did save him. And it's given him another chance to delay the game into a late game. And win with basically the genetic mutator.
Lightning storm ready.
So, I got the lightning storm. I want to storm those bunkers and storm the battle lab. And then chronosphere him because the force shield is going to be dead after. He's lagging a little bit right there. I don't know why. And by the way, I think when I paused for a minute, I started to make the weather control device, so I didn't really say why I made it. I clicked on weather control device, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna need this or want this. But you could click weather control device, and then without clicking a power plant, and then put it on hold or cancel it. But then I realized he's really camping up. If he's gonna have a psychic dominator, the only way to fight a psychic dominator is with a weather control device. There's no other way around it. It's just the way he's playing, and look how much damage. It's very effective. And I was thinking, I want to take this Navy SEAL and try to kill those miners. And actually, I think what happened right here is I meant to make a Tanya, but I made I got my battle lab blown up, so I made a Navy SEAL instead. But I really wanted a Tanya because Tanya can't get mind controlled, and Tanya's actually a lot better right now. And she has more armor. So yeah, but a SEAL can still blow up miners. But if they move, they can't blow them up.
Unit lost. One miner.
Okay. He actually blocked a Navy SEAL. I screwed up with the Navy SEAL, but it's not a huge deal. Now, I want a chronosphere with the Battle Fortress and this Prism Tank. I'm getting it ready.
Unit lost.
And right now,
Select
if you haven't noticed, the Psychic Dominator is about to hit, so I gotta start frantically moving. Boom, boom.
chronosphere activated.
I decided to go for the MCV. Doesn't have a battle lab. Okay, now he took my Battle Fortress. Most people would go for the Psychic Dominator instead of the MCV, but my decision, I think, was the right decision. The right decision because he's got to rebuild another MCV because the next storm's going to basically win the game if he doesn't. Because my army is still bigger than his. I have good ability to defend. If he comes with the Brute Rush, I'm going to make a Navy SEAL or a Tanya. But even without a Navy SEAL or a Tanya, I could put up 2 pillboxes and be safe. He could take everything out of the bunkers and freaking throw everything he has at me and try to mutate me. I think he would lose if he did that. And another thing he could try to do is keep doing what he's doing, keep mutating, and make that Yuri Battle Fortress that he's making. So he's got that Yuri Battle Fortress, and that's one of the most dangerous things in the game. It's one of the most dangerous units in the game. Two technologies, like Tesla IFVs and stuff like that, are very good. But two technologies, Yuri and Battle Fortress, is basically a match made in hell.
Running smooth. On the go.
Isn't that a name of a book, A Match Made in Hell?
Now you see me.
By the way, my voice is a little off. I have a sore throat from eating, I think I ate like a piece of candy and it made my throat sore. It's really weird, I don't know.
Now you see me.
So here we go.
Unit lost.
Now you see me. Soon you won't. Look natural. Want some shade? Going mobile.
Unit lost.
So I think he's going to attack. He took some shit out of the bunkers and he's coming after me. This is dangerous, extremely dangerous. Like this is like super dangerous for me. And I was thinking I want a base train. I know this sounds crazy, but I think he's gonna go back.
Reinforcements ready.
Because all I had to do was kill the Psychic Dominator. He has a Psychic Dominator, it's on hold. So he's gonna go back, so I'm kind of afraid. Because when my Mirage tanks grew up to shoot at his masterminds and his other units, what's going to happen is he's gonna Psychic Dominate it. So this is it, and it was lagging. I started lagging right here like a little bit. You might not be able to notice in the recording, but it was. I was like, oh shit, if he dominates my IFVs, he could win the game by dominating the Mirage or the IFVs, because my air defense goes down, it's a good game. He tried to get the Mirage, and he missed. And he did the same mistake that Soy Boy made versus Rival like a couple months ago, when he kept trying to nuke his tanks and it kept missing, and then he lost the game. So notice that Yuri Battle Fortress? But the Yuri Battle Fortress doesn't have 5 Yuri clones in it. It only has a couple, or 1 or 2 or 3.
Unit promoted.
So a big fight right here.
Unit lost.
It's a big fight, and I was basically under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress right there. See, the IFVs have really good range when they shoot in the air.
Unit lost. Unit promoted. Unit ready.
Okay, I lost.
Under attack.
Oh, yeah, I did lose the Battle Fortress. I wanted to save that battle. If I would have saved that Battle Fortress, it would have been super. I would have been like super in good shape. But even if but for the first place, he mind controlled it. So I mean, if I got it back, it would have been super good.
Ore miners under attack.
And now I'm starting to use my miners as armor
Select
because they block shots. And look, another weather control device.
under attack.
The idea to make the weather control device was an extremely good idea.
Select target. Low power. Chronosphere ready.
The weather control device is basically winning the game. But if super weapons were off, you know, I would have basically built up enough prisms to probably win too. So I mean, super weapons, the weather control device is actually beating the Dominator, I think.
Unit lost.
And that's what you do versus France, by the way. I haven't really done a lot of videos versus France, but you know, because a lot of French players are noob, so it's not even worth uploading the damn game. And I don't want to upload garbage on my YouTube channel. But yeah, you just, if you're playing against a French guy with the cannons, just make a weather control device if it's going into a long game, or rush him. It's better to try to rush him, and if the rush doesn't work, just storm him and he'll come out crying. He's going to put up a gap generator and just storm the gap generator, and he'll be crying in no time. Okay, so I gotta look for a place to attack.
Commutator activated. Select
And I noticed,
warning. Chronosphere.
okay, so that corner sphere, I noticed
Select
he had only one magnetron and a whole bunch of bunkers. I was like, what's the key to his defense? Is that magnetron? Because he could basically switch through. He could play switch what's that one game when you switch your cars? Musical cars. He could play musical tanks where he just keeps switching them around, and then a magnetron in me, and he's gonna kill. He probably kill the Battle Fortress. So that with the magnetron out, no War Factory, I'm basically abusing him. I'm abusing his base. Okay, barracks are down. The only chance he has is to dominate my Battle Fortress, or get his. Yeah, I think just that's the only chance he has is to dominate my Battle Fortress. And the second way he could do it is make another barracks and War Factory and get a Magnetron, but that's gonna take him a long time to do to get 3 buildings. He might not be able to do it.
Ore miner under attack.
So I want to steal some of his ore, even though it's only a little bit left.
Building.
Watch this. Boom, boom.
Ore miner under attack.
And actually, sometimes I could kill the Gatland right when it goes into the bunker, but sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I'm not really sure when exactly it closes off. You can't really tell the exact same second.
Ore miner under
It's like in League of Legends, if you shoot an attack at somebody and they flash, it follows them. It's the same thing with a bunker. Like, it might follow them into... The missile might follow them into the bunker. But that's like stuff you guys don't even need to know about. That's not even worth talking about. But so,
unit ready.
so I got one GI battle for just the bust the bunkers. Boom, boom, boom.
Unit promoted.
I call them bunker busters.
Building.
And see, my battle fortresses is when they a target, they might actually go together right there, and I could lose the game. Believe it or not, I could still lose the game if he gets them. So I gotta keep moving. I can't stand still for a second. I notice I got a third battle fortress in my base. If I cannot keep it still, especially if I lose the ones that are filled up.
Insufficient funds.
Like, see if I could get that.
Ore miner under
Nope. So he does have any League Gatling bunkers. Actually hard to mess around with.
ore miner
So what I want to do is use the miners as fodder,
ready.
possibly.
Select target.
Oh, I could just corner screw it out like that. Oh.
Chronosphere active.
Okay, so I got his strongest tank dead. So how is he gonna defend with just... Yeah, he's not gonna be... He has no way to defend. The only thing he could do is dominate.
Select target.
And I gotta storm him.
Lightning
I don't know why I stormed right there. I should have stormed the power plant. Now watch what happens. This is crazy right here. Watch.
reinforcements ready.
This is his last ditch effort. And he psychic dominates and misses. Look at that. He psychic dominated and missed. Isn't that crazy right at the end? And then I was like, dude, I thought he was off power. I don't know why. I thought he had no electric because I thought I hit him. I wasn't really looking where I was storming because I was so ahead I wasn't really paying attention. And I was like, oh my god, he could have got a 2 battle fortresses and won the game. But at the end, but he missed because I remember how I said I can't stop moving, and I didn't stop moving, and I won the game. So, killed his camp with a weather storm, and that was a crazy long game. Good game.